Have you ever seen images of millions of people circling a giant black cube and wondered what it is? Well, that cube is called the Kaaba, and it's not just a building. It's the most sacred site in Islam, located in the heart of Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Today, we're going to journey through history to uncover the incredible story of the Kaaba. From its ancient origins to its profound significance for over 2 billion Muslims around the world. What makes this structure so important? Why do people travel from every corner of the globe to see it? Stick around, because the story of the Kaaba is a fascinating tale of faith, history, and unity. Let's start with the basics. The word Kaaba in Arabic means cube, and it's exactly that, a large, cube-shaped building made of granite, standing about 13 meters high, 11 meters wide, and 12 meters long. It's draped in a massive black silk and gold curtain known as the Kiswa. But the Kaaba is more than its physical appearance. For Muslims, it represents the one God, Allah. It's not an object of worship itself. Muslims worship only God, but it serves as a unified direction of prayer, a spiritual center point for the entire global Muslim community. This direction is called the Qibla. No matter where you are in the world, when a Muslim prays, they face towards the Kaaba in Mecca, creating a beautiful invisible web of devotion connecting believers everywhere. The history of the Kaaba is as old as humanity's story of faith itself. Islamic tradition teaches that the Kaaba was first built by the very first man, Adam. Over time, this original structure fell into ruin and was lost to history. Centuries later, it was rebuilt on the same foundations by the Prophet Abraham, or Ibrahim as he's known in Arabic, and his son, Ishmael or Ismail. The Quran describes how they were commanded by God to raise the foundations of the house and purify it for those who would circle it, pray there, and bow down in worship. They built it as a simple, unroofed, rectangular structure, dedicated purely to the worship of the one true God. This act established Mecca as a center of pilgrimage for generations to come. However, as centuries passed, the original purpose of the Kaaba was corrupted. In the pre-Islamic era, known as the period of Jahiliyyah, or ignorance, the Arabian Peninsula was dominated by tribalism and polytheism. Different tribes began placing idols representing their various gods and goddesses inside and around the Kaaba. It's said that at its peak, there were as many as 360 idols housed there. The Kaaba, once a symbol of monotheism, had become a pantheon for pagan worship. Yet, even during this time, the tradition of pilgrimage continued, and the Kaaba retained a level of reverence among the Arab tribes, who would still travel there annually. This all changed with the arrival of the Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century. Born in Mecca, Muhammad received his first revelation from God at the age of 40, marking the beginning of Islam. He preached the message of monotheism, the same message as Abraham, calling people to abandon idol worship and return to the worship of the one God. This was a direct challenge to the powerful tribes of Mecca, whose status and wealth were tied to the pilgrimage and the idols in the Kaaba. After years of persecution, Muhammad and his followers migrated to the city of Medina. But the story comes full circle. In the year 630 AD, the Prophet Muhammad returned to Mecca, this time as a leader. He entered the city peacefully and went directly to the Kaaba. There, he circled it 7 times, and then, one by one, he and his followers removed and destroyed all 360 idols, proclaiming, "Truth has come and falsehood has vanished." He rededicated the Kaaba to the worship of Allah alone, restoring it to its original purpose, as established by Abraham. This event was a pivotal moment in Islamic history, cleansing the sacred house and re-establishing it as the spiritual heart of the new faith. Now, let's take a closer look at the structure itself. Embedded in the Kaaba's eastern corner is a very special stone, the black stone, or al-Haram. Islamic tradition holds that this stone was given to Abraham by the angel Gabriel and that it fell from paradise. It's believed to have originally been pure white but turned black over time from absorbing the sins of the people who touched it. During the pilgrimage, many try to touch or kiss the stone, following the example of the Prophet Muhammad. If they can't get close due to the crowds, they simply point towards it during their circuits. The stone is not worshipped, but it's revered as a divine relic, a physical link to the time of the prophets. Another key feature is the Kiswa, the magnificent black cloth that covers the Kaaba. This isn't just any cloth. It's woven from silk and cotton and is adorned with verses from the Quran embroidered in pure gold and silver thread. The Kiswa is replaced annually in a special ceremony that takes place during the Hajj season. The old Kiswa is cut into small pieces and given as gifts to dignitaries and religious organizations. The tradition of covering the Kaaba is ancient, but the black Kiswa we see today became standard during the Abbasid Caliphate. It's a powerful symbol of the honor, respect, and reverence that Muslims hold for this sacred house. Inside the Kaaba is much simpler than you might imagine. The interior is not open to the public. Only a select few, like dignitaries and caretakers, are ever allowed inside. The floor is made of marble and limestone. The walls are clad with marble up to the halfway point. There are 3 wooden pillars that support the roof, and a small table for placing items like perfume. The inside is beautifully perfumed with oud and other fragrances. Plaques on the walls commemorate the various rulers who have renovated the structure throughout history. Its simplicity is intentional, reinforcing the idea that it's the direction of prayer, not a place of residence for God. God, in Islam, is everywhere and not confined to any physical space. Every year, millions of Muslims journey to Mecca for the Hajj pilgrimage. One of the 5 pillars of Islam, the Hajj, is a spiritual journey that every Muslim who is physically and financially able must perform at least once in their lifetime. A central ritual of the Hajj is the Tawaf, which involves circling the Kaaba 7 times in a counterclockwise direction. This ritual represents the unity of the believers in worshipping one God, as they move in harmony together around a single center. It's a breathtaking sight, a sea of humanity from every race, nationality, and social status, all dressed in simple white garments, symbolizing their equality before God. So, in the end, what is the Kaaba? It's a simple cube of stone, yet it's so much more. It's a symbol of God's oneness. It's a direction that unifies billions in prayer. It's a historical monument that connects the present to the ancient prophets. It's a destination for the ultimate spiritual journey, the Hajj. It's a constant, unchanging center in a rapidly changing world. It reminds us that no matter our differences, faith can unite us. The Kaaba stands as a powerful testament to a story of faith that has endured for thousands of years and continues to inspire millions. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the story of the Kaaba. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. If you learned something new, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content about history, culture, and faith. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care.